Ras Al Khaimah is one of the smallest of the Arab Emirates, but with a growing popularity amongst British visitors, it's one we're sure to hear more about over the coming year. I recently had the chance to meet with Haitham Mattar, the Chief Executive Officer of Ras Al Khaimah Tourism, and I began by asking him to explain a little more about the destination.
Ras Al Khaimah is one of the 7 Emirates. It's neighbor to Dubai. We're about 45 minutes away from Dubai's international airport. It's unique in the sense that it has a very diverse landscape. So Ras Al Khaimah is beach resorts as well as desert and mountains, and those are within close proximity. So it offers a variety of adventure, ecotourism, culture and heritage. It's one of the richest Emirates that with archaeological and historical sites. It's got sites that date back 7,000 years.
Obviously, as we've mentioned, you're close to Dubai. What is it that sets Ras Al Khaimah apart from all of the other Emirates, really? What makes it stand out that people should choose that over the others?
Yeah, so look, I mentioned earlier about its unique and diverse landscape. So what makes it really unique is, it's got, for those who like and enjoy mountains, it's got the highest mountains in the UAE at 1,900 meters high. There's tourists who actually go hiking in the mountains, and they interact with some of the locals who live in the mountains, and they invite them over for tea, or they're very hospitable people. They welcome visitors, they enjoy their company, and they like to tell stories about their past and their history. So again, storytelling, if tourists are seeking to understand more about that culture and heritage, you'll find locals who are happy to tell you about the history of their area and how it all started. We are also developing more cultural experiences, more activities and events to connect the tourists with the culture and the heritage of the country. But it's one of the few places in the world that I know of that if you fancy adventure, for example, and you want to do zip lining in the mountains, or a desert safari, or diving in the sea, you could actually do that over a weekend. And then obviously, if you wanted to do a resort experience and really connect with nature, Ras Al Khaimah's got a lot to offer. We have a lot of wildlife. You can see oryx and deer and camels, in their natural habitats in the desert. The mountains offer beautiful scenery of canyons, and for those who like hiking or extreme hiking, mountain biking, those are always available. But it's also very popular among people who like to camp. Families, go camping in either the desert or in the mountains. But one of the key offerings as well is that there's a great deal of value for money. We have beautiful resorts, and I say you have 5-star products with 4-star pricing that are beachfront hotels with great offerings for families predominantly. So you have animations, attractions, events and activities within these beautiful resorts for families and children to enjoy.
Okay, would you say that the resorts themselves are very much up to the equivalent standards of other top-line resorts, both in the region and elsewhere?
If not more, they're great. We have, for example, the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, which is a beautiful, stunning luxury hotel. Also, we have the Banyan Tree, another luxury brand, one on the sea with boutique 35 villas, private villas. And then we have the Banyan Tree in the desert, which is again another villa type in a wild reserve area with 101 villas.
Now, obviously, some of the other Emirates have seen rapid expansion over the last decade or so. What's going to stop you falling into the same trap of it being overdeveloped in certain cases, and to the point where you lose the identity of the country?
I think for us, our vision and our strategy is quite clear on what direction we want to take. We are certainly not looking to cater for the masses. I call us a boutique emirate today. We have 5,000 rooms across the emirate. Our strategy in the next 3 years is to build an additional 3,000 rooms, bringing the total inventory to about 8,000 rooms. Now that's still fairly small when you compare us to other neighboring emirates or similar destinations. But our intention to grow hotel inventory is going to be very much specific on mountains, desert, and beach, for us to give that diversity of offerings as well. And as we continue to aim to target families predominantly, that's our biggest market. We're also focusing on young couples, newlyweds, and as well as families with older children, because we have these products today, especially at the Banyan Tree and the Waldorf, and the product offering is certainly available for us to promote more and more. It's just that families has been a key focus for us in the past, and it's been a very healthy growth from that segment at 72% growth year on year from families. So we're not looking to build huge structures. We have an Anantara that will be coming in the next 3 years on a marine life reserve. So you see turtles and you see stingrays and you'll see flamingos and mangroves. And we also have a Marriott, another beach resort with 325 rooms. It's a very safe destination. It's for me, it's safer than London. If you look at some of the government websites today, they've basically assigned the UAE at general risk. However, if you look at London, it's actually very aggressive or high risk. So I'm safer back home.
Fair point. If you could pick your perfect 3 days to introduce somebody to the country, what would be the 3 places you would take them of activities that you would do? So
for me, my key favorite is the mountains. It's just the scenery, the canyons. If you really seek adventure, the mountains has so much to offer, and also the scenery from the mountains down to the city to the sea is stunning. The second for me is fishing trips, and people who really enjoy fishing is a beautiful experience in Ras Al Khaimah. Diving as well. The golf course is just on the sea, within proximity to the community and to the hotels. For golfers, very unique. Two beautiful golf resorts we have. And we've just, by the way, signed the Euro Challenge Tour in Ras Al Khaimah for 2016 October. So this will be a big thing for us again. And also in the desert, the Banyan Tree is a very unique hotel in its setting in every way. The fact that also they focus on driving sustainability through their brand. Obviously, Banyan Tree has got a sustainability project where they plant a tree for every guest. In Ras Al Khaimah, the Banyan Trees have planted approximately 1,000 trees so far. And it sits on a wildlife reserve. So, you have, this natural setting, very serene, tranquil, and they also have a fantastic rainforest spa, which has won an award recently by Condé Nast magazine for best spa in Europe, Middle East, Africa. Excellent. So I would do, the Banyan Tree experience, the mountain for sure, and a fishing trip or diving in Ras Al Khaimah. Excellent. And finally, for the future, where would you like to see Ras Al Khaimah in, say, 10 years' time? So in 10 years' time, we are very much driving our energy to, grow our visitor numbers from key source markets like the UK, and also, activating the historical sites that we are working on today. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit that we could restore and have, as I call, tourist ready for people to experience and connect with that history and culture of the country. Building some new attractions that don't necessarily compete with other attractions that are available in the neighboring Emirates, but really through our studies today, we managed to identify some gaps in the markets of what sort of attractions consumers want today and what they want to experience. And for us, lucky for us, it's not about the next water park or roller coaster ride. It's very much around the natural assets that we have today in Ras Al Khaimah. So, us focusing on building a camp in the mountains, a viewing deck in the mountains, a food and beverage experience in the mountains, the zip line. This is what we're really geared towards, and bringing more activities into the desert and into the sea. That's what today's travelers want. But also, we have started to look at locals, Emiratis, who our grandfathers today, but they've been around for quite some time, and they have a lot of stories to tell. So we have started to look at some of those ambassadors or advocates that can become the storytellers, for us as tour guides. So they would tell stories about Ras Al Khaimah, the culture, the history, to travelers who are keen to really hear stories and about the country.